How's it going, everyone? We've got one a little bit different this time. Ages ago, I tested out this Russell Hobbs cold press juicer, which is still going. It's well past a year now, and I use it frequently. Oh, great, some rolling shutter, exactly what we need. There we go. And then a viewer, I think, commented, Draconian Rain, her name is, asking if we can make almond milk. Now, I can't stand almond milk, but that's a really good question. So I thought I'd find out. I've got some almonds here I grabbed from Woolworths that have been soaking for 48 hours, like most people recommend. I'm not doing anything special or fancy, just literally soak them, press them, see if it is, it's not going to be nice, but see if it tastes like almond milk. Now that 450 grams was $17 for the kilo, not taking into account the cost of the juicer, which I guess is incidental. We're going to see if that's cost effective at all, and I'm pretty certain it's not. But also, Draconian Rain has some pretty cool content, so I'll put a link below. She does a pile of animation with Blender, Open Tunes, Open Canvas, that sort of stuff. So I'll stick a link to... Great, it's noisy outside. Bin Day, awesome. I'll stick a link to her YouTube and to her Twitter account for you to have a look at, because there's some great content there. But for now, we're going to drain these, weigh them to see how much heavier than 450 grams they now are, and then put them through this thing and see if it finally kicks it. Hopefully it doesn't. Alright, the battery on my scales is about to go flat, but you can see it's gone up by 50% nearly. It's 450 grams. Now it's 667 grams. So, that rolling shutter's doing my head in. So they've definitely gotten a bit swole. Now, she also said, roasted isn't any, it can be good, but don't, I need new lighting. Jesus, this is, I'm really sorry, this camera's a piece of shit. It's the Oppo still. I can't wait to boot this thing into the ocean. Anyway, she also said roasted can be pretty good, just don't get salted or seasoned, of course. Also apologise if anyone's a bit sensitive about pronouns or anyone has preferred pronouns. If that's the case, you definitely come to the wrong channel. I have no issues whatsoever with you identifying however you want. However, I don't have the patience or memory for it. You identify however you want, don't shove it in my face, I don't give two squirts, I'll still treat you as a person. If you look like a chick, I'll still call you a she. Deal with it, or piss off and subscribe to someone else. Now, moving on, battery still hasn't gone flat, so I'm going to pour these in here and we'll see what comes out. Alright, that's all loaded up, and you know what, they're like a little bit squishy now. Still tastes like disgusting almonds. Probably should have taken the skin off first. Yeah. So let's see what this thing does. Where's the power button going? It's a sad juicer. Just doing it. I'm using my finest mesh on this, which is going to be really pushing it. Might actually bust the mesh. It is making something though. Oh, that does not look appealing. I think you're meant to milk almonds by the nipples, and it really looks like we're pulling on the wrong appendage here. That's pretty cool though. Yeah, so far we've managed to make almond jizz, not almond milk. But I'm actually going to just add a bit of water back to this slurry and run it through again, because I feel like there's a lot of flavour in liquid that hasn't been extracted, and we definitely need to thin this out a little bit. I'm not paying 14 bucks for 100 grams of almond jizz. Now also, just to clarify, regarding the gender pronoun thing, I compare it to religion. I completely respect your right. I have no issues with it whatsoever. However, you don't need to shove it in my face. It doesn't affect the way that we're going to interact. Don't put it in your email signature. That is just dumb, in my opinion. If we're in a situation where I need to know your gender preference or how to address you in a specific instance, I will ask you. I am probably going to get it wrong by default, though, because it's not outwardly obvious what gender people identify as. And again, because it does make a lick of difference to their life. Just go about being you. And if it's important, it'll come up in discussion, like religion and political beliefs and sexual preferences do. You know, all those fun things that are very dividing in a party. So, have a say in the comments. I really, really do not care if you do or don't. But I hope there's actually people out there that relate too, and similarly don't care. So now, moving on to some more of this tasty, tasty, frothy goodness. Yeah, one moment. Alrighty, I've mixed this with 2 cups of water. That feels like it's about the right amount where there's not really too much liquid just naturally pouring out of it. So we'll put this back through and see how it goes. Okie dokie. Oh yeah, that's looking more like milk. I guess we'll just have to mix the fun brown stuff with the realistic looking white stuff. I don't really know. Maybe all the brown stuff is all the good proteins and bits like that that are first squeezed out. There's going to be a lot of husk in there, I guess. But we'll get the rest of this through and see how she turns out. Alright, that looks the part. There's nearly a litre. Actually, fucking rolling shutter. Oppo, can you stop making piece of shit cameras, please? And it's not just the rolling shutter. The latest update has massive issues with macro mode. The camera app closes randomly. You can only record 4K in the default camera app, not others, all sorts of issues. Now, look at that. That's looking a bit more like it. What I'm going to do now is measure that, give this a little stir with the tiny whisk, and then we can taste it. Wow. So that's 361. There's the rain. We got 377. We got less than 100 grams of juice out of the almonds. There's still, bits in there. That's disappointing. The worms or the garden will love this. It is actually relatively dry and fluffy. You could probably use this in a base of something if you're going to make like a gluten-free pizza base. I don't know. It'll be useful. I might Google that today and stick it in the fridge for now. But then this is almond milk, so see what she tastes like. Alright, first up on the right, we've got Woolworths unsweetened almond milk. That's $2 for a litre, nice and cheap. My cup of tea is not going in my cup of tea. Then we've got what the lady suggested, Nutty Bruce. I got unsweetened as well. $5.50 a litre, getting a bit too hipster for my price range. And then we've got this bullshit I just made. $17 a litre and then some. Probably $20 a litre plus the cost of that, plus all the pain in the dick to make it. So I'm going to pour some in, try some out, and then probably peg it into the ocean and never deal with almond juice again. Clearly a bit of a difference here. The Woolworths one looks like full cream milk, or maybe a bit not quite. That looks like skim milk. And then extra cream. I don't know, it's got a bit of a head on it still as well. So try out the Woolworths one. Tastes a little bit like soy milk. Otherwise pretty much no flavour. You know what? I don't actually mind that for something that's got 0 flavour. I'd use that in cooking or something. Activate. Oh, I don't know. It's got fucking rice in it. And sea salt. That's definitely different. I think I prefer that one. Maybe it's a little bit sweeter. Let's try this out. Alright. So the homemade one has a lot more flavour. Fuck off, rolling shutter. So I'm not drinking beer and I'm swearing more because it's like 6 in the morning and I am not in the mood. This one has a lot more flavour. That tastes like real stuff. This tastes weird. This tastes like what you'd expect almond milk to taste, like a little bit soy or something. I don't know, let's also just bit of that. Super almond milk. The flavour of that overwhelms all the others. Interesting. Anyway, there you go, folks. We made an abomination. I've got to find someone to drink 3 litres of almond milk now, so I'm going to take that to the office. Definitely not worth it. Really, really not worth it. But I hope you learnt something. I did. I learnt that I actually kind of tolerate almond milk. I'm not lactose intolerant though, so I'm going to go back to the normal full cream shit whenever I actually need it. Not that I ever need or use milk. Subscribe if you want. Probably going to hemorrhage some subscribers in this video, but that's okay. You're entitled to do whatever the hell you want online. It does not affect me in the slightest. If you are going to subscribe, hit the little thing down there, the dingleberry, so that you get notifications when new videos come out, because apparently YouTube likes that. If you can though, go get something like Nebula or Curiosity Stream or anything but YouTube. This is a garbage platform. You'll know it. Let's not support it. See ya.